Hi, my name is Cheron, also known as Mizcolon. I am the creator of the Bettin on Yourself movement, located here in Atlanta by the way of Bronx, New York. I'm a motivational and inspirational speaker, here to give you content on how to better yourself as an individual as well as all of us as a group. Bettin on Myself movement. I would like to describe it as a collective group of people that bet on each other as well as themselves. Sometimes it's easier to do it when you feel like you're part of something versus being an individual. And when we're all together and we bet on each other, it creates a movement. And what is movement? Movement is something that is moving forward, pushing forward, leaning into something forward. So as a collective group, when we bet on each other, we are individually betting on ourselves. The Bettin on Myself movement was inspired through a collective of things that I have been going through personally, where I felt like I should be doing more, I should be in a place of better, or what society dictated I was supposed to be. And through those different things and situations that were going on in my life, it inspired me to start speaking out about the downsides of what I was going through. And I realized through other people that I was not alone. And that aloneness, not being alone, I should say, is what created the spark that I can't possibly be the only one. And people said, you know what, this sounds like a movement, because it's a whole bunch of us. Maybe you should start talking about it because people believe more when they hear from just a regular person. So through my transparency, the Bettin on Myself movement was created. When I think about the groups of people that I would like to reach with this movement, I think of several. I think of women my age, upper 40s, mid 40s, because we always feel as though that we're supposed to be in a certain place at a certain time. And sometimes that's just not reality. I also see that the movement reaches younger people. I have younger children and, betting on myself, getting ready for college or a career or who you want to be. Sometimes you need that word or you need those people speaking that magnificence into you in order to feel like, I am validated and betting on myself because I matter. So I can definitely see the platform reaching multiple people. But I think that for the younger generation as well as for the 35 and older, it speaks to that group a lot more. And I hope to bring that platform to them by showing them that it is okay to start young and bet on yourself. And it is also okay to be upper aged or middle aged to be able to bet on yourself as well. Betting on yourself doesn't have an expiration. So 3 words. It's hard to tie it down into 3, but I would definitely have to say forward. Forward, because when you're betting on yourself, you can't go backwards. So you always have to be moving forward. And that is the whole idea of forward movement in thought and in action. I would definitely say empowered. The whole thought process is to empower not only yourself physically, mentally, financially, emotionally. They all work hand in hand when you bet on yourself. And I would have to say dynamic. I've met a bunch of dynamic people along this route, and I feel that vibe from them, and I want this to be a forward-moving group of dynamic people that bet on themselves as well as each other. So words I would like to share with someone that has fallen into the depth of depression or has the feeling of failure. I listened to something on the way here today, and it was in regards to failure. And it was Oprah speaking. And she basically said that failure is an opportunity. And I believe that so wholeheartedly. Depression is real. Depressive places and feel those things are real. I've been there before. I get it and I understand it. And what I would definitely give to someone is to keep in mind, failure is an opportunity for you to see and be something else after. Sometimes we have to pull and push through. I am a strong advocate for mental clarity. I speak on that in some of my videos, where we sometimes have struggles with reaching out to others to help us to get that mental clarity, to help push and pull us through that depressive spot. Tap into those people or those things that are going to take you out of that place. Always with the same notion in mind that failure is just another opportunity for you to be better on the next try. So dig deep, find those places, and never forget failure is an opportunity. So tips and shared tidbits of starting a brand or movement. I know for me, one of the key components that has helped me thus far is slow and steady. Slow and steady. Be protective at points about your ideas and your movement. Every single thing doesn't need to be displayed or given advance notice. Sometimes the work is in the detail, and that detail sometimes is your own perfection. Be slow with what you release and be intentful in what you release. Everything doesn't need the blah, 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 blah quickness of it, because then you start to lose the authenticity of what you're trying to represent. Be authentic in what you're trying to do. Be slow and conscientious in your movement. And make sure that you have an audience, a representation around you that helps you to see what you can't see sometimes. That definitely helps to at least perfect the craft. So 3 words: engage, empower, and enact. Engage your audience, engage your community, engage your friends, your family, engage your tribe. Empower them with what knowledge you have and can serve each other, because we're a community. And in community, what we do is we engage and we empower each other. And when we do those 2 things, we enact. We create a movement for everyone to win in every capacity. So EEE, engage, empower, and act. So I can be reached in a myriad of ways. At email, I am Miz, Mizcolon @gmail.com. On Instagram, I am also Mizcolon. On Facebook, I am Mizcolon. And my website is Bettin, Betti.